Hi everybody, welcome to our weekly training video. This week I'm talking about how we help make our homes and routines safer for our fearful dogs, or feeling safer. We talk about this a lot on our YouTube channel and the blog, but today I just wanted to give you a few concrete examples of how the guardians of fearful dogs in our Confidence Builders community membership are doing this with their own dog. So a few examples that might give you ideas for your own dog. All right, so helping your fearful dog feel safer at home, for examples. Who is this for? This is for you if your dog is sometimes anxious at home and you're looking for ways to just help them feel safer. You want to see less fearful and or aggressive behavior. Example number one comes from this little cutie Bailey, who's a dog in our Confidence Builders Club. And she was showing a lot of fearful behavior around cooking time. So when mom and dad went into the kitchen and started cooking, she would start shaking and panting, wouldn't take food. And we weren't sure what exactly about the cooking was the problem, so they did experiment with some different varying some things in the kitchen. They found that the oven seemed to be the culprit, and it didn't matter. It wasn't anything to do with sounds of things cooking in the oven, because it didn't matter if there was food in the oven or not, but it did look like potentially other noises the oven made, especially beeping of a timer, or like the beeping that signals that your oven has preheated, might have been the problem. And so one step that they took to make their home safer for Bailey was figuring out how to turn off the beeper on their oven. And since then, she is doing much better with cooking time. Here's another example from Confidence Builders Club. Nanako, there in the photo, she had moved with her mom to a new house, but when her mom set up her confinement area, which is just like an X-pen with her crate in it and toys in a corner, it's still fairly sizable, but she wouldn't eat in there, and even her very favorite foods. And at first we said, well, can we, would it help to put visual barriers up around on the fencing? Do we need to move? She doesn't love the crate. Should we take the crate out? What else can we do? Ultimately, what ended up happening that helped was moving her confinement area to where she is in this photo here, and giving her the entire kitchen. And she's much happier in there. And this is another photo from sort of the other side of the kitchen, showing she still does have a smaller hiding space there. The crate she's getting a little more comfortable with is available, and she got the bed and outdoor access. But for whatever reason, being in this larger space seems to be better for her. Example number 3 is Sky, also a Confidence Builders Club dog. Her mom said that one of the things she did early on that made the biggest difference to Sky being scared was changing the pace of her movement. She found that if she just slowed down and, as a rule, moved more slowly around the house, Sky was much less likely to become frightened. And finally, the last example here involves visual barriers around a dog's resting spot. I have a couple dogs who benefited from this. Here's Sky again. In this photo, you can see that her mom put up a little wooden fencing there and then draped a towel over it. And so Sky could still go in and out freely and could sort of peek around that fencing if she wanted to, but she could also be out of the line of sight of her mom. And then Libby, who's another dog in our Confidence Builders Club, had the same situation. She didn't want to use her crate, so her mom provided these sort of, I'm not sure what these things are called, but some visual barriers basically in front of her bed, so she could still have her comfy bed and it's pretty open, but she kind of has something to hide behind if she wants to. So the take-home message I wanted to give you this week is, if your dog is struggling with something in the house, observe them carefully and experiment carefully. So usually making small changes to the environment. Often if you make a big drastic change to the environment, that will also scare your dog. So try some different things that you think might help your dog, but make changes gradually. And sometimes even really small changes, like putting up a little visual barrier by the bed or changing the location of your dog's confinement or area or safe space, can make a big difference to your fearful dog. All right, everybody, I hope that helped. If you want more confidence building tips and want to get on our email list and be alerted to new offerings, discounts, etc., and our free weekly content, of course, go to the link at the bottom of this slide, dogkindtraining.com/newsletter, and you'll stay in the loop.